during a time of Lake Forest, I also served as blah, 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 upon graduation, blah, blah, blah. And so it does get kind of listy.
Yeah.
But it works in terms of showing that level of detail and the trajectory.
Right, and I did struggle here too with being like, what's the narrative here? It's like you got women's stuff, you got science, you got all how are you connecting this? So I thought, I struggled with this transition here.
So which transition? The first
as a first-generation college student, yeah, it was like, okay, I'm excited about making children, excited about science, but how is that related to all these things I did in college? So it took me a really long time to be like, oh, I need to help people who are already here, not just motivating people to get here. But I didn't put that together for a long time.
Yeah.
So
again, that took you a fair amount of time in the class. So over a period of months,
yes,
perhaps, as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like there's a neat thread between kind of inspiring kids, and then once they're there, how do you sustain that kind of passion or inspiration and things like that?
Right.
Great. Okay. And then you kind of wrap up with the being a member, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes this can be hard paragraph to write because it is this conclusion about what you want to say. Tell me what you're kind of going through besides the fact that give me the money because I need it.
Yeah, right. This one was really hard because I feel like I've had a lot of very disjointed experiences, and I'm like, how in God's name are they all connected? So, but I realize it's like I'm really drawn to women's issues and promoting science, and I combined them here, and I think I stated that right. How did I? Or combines my research interests and community outreach experience, and then I kind of give a little preview of what I'm going to be talking about in the research statement. So that felt like it kind of made it more coherent even to myself, what the connection was between all these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point? Besides just sitting in the chair in front of the blank screen of your computer looking at it.
Right. Yeah, I guess just kind of asking myself what is the connection here, and just sitting with that question for a long time. It just kind of came to me eventually that my research interest does tie in these two things I'm really drawn to. I don't know exactly how I got there, but it just took a while. I wish I could provide you with more detail, but
so you just kept asking yourself, how does this connect? How does this connect? How does this
right.
connect? How does this connect? And then it just came to you.
Yeah.
It's probably not satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, I've told people I talk to them, I'm like, you really need to be patient with yourself, because it will emerge if you're thinking about it, but it may not be immediately obvious how any of these things are related, you know. So.
Do you remember where you were?
Where?
Or what you were doing when this kind of came to you? Was it in front of the computer like this, or did it happen when you were?
I think, yeah, I was in my office, just staring
kind
at the
of
screen.
around.
Yeah.
And it just came to you?
Yes.
Okay. How long would you say you were thinking about this question?
Probably for at least a month, yeah.
At least a month?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Good. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing I want to move on to is the research statement, but that will go a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Just because it's very much. Let's see where I put it. This goes here. Just because it tends to be pretty discipline field specific, and there's not a whole lot, and there's also not a whole lot of difference between the two.
Right. I think it may also be the fact that I tend to take very long to write, and I didn't send this to my advisor immediately, so this is probably something I was mulling over for a little bit of time before I sent it. So.
Okay. So it's okay. So looking at your sort of personal statement and looking can you narrate for me kind of the process? Did this, when you were in graduate school, did this like come to you and say, oh my God, I have to study women in STEM?
No. So my process was, what happened? I was really, really drawn to that network analysis experience that I had prior to coming to graduate school, and I
Okay.
wanted to find a way to apply that. And then when I came here and for welcome weekend, I was talking with an upper level student who was in women in STEM research, and I was like, well, how could I apply that technique to this field that is interesting to me? And I kind of just synthesized those. And I thought about that in an airport. It just happened. So.
You thought about this in an airport?
Yeah,
that's
and
where
I
it
was
came
like,
to
oh,
you?
I should do that. Yeah. I was just writing stuff down. So.
Okay, because I guess because others have this kind of very clear path and trajectory in the
Mhm.
sense of like I've worked on a number of projects like this before.
Right.
I want to do this, and so it's a natural almost outgrowth of
Yes.
what they've done in the past.
Yeah. I guess that's just not my experience.
So I guess my when I read this, it sounds one of the things I think a lot of research statements need is they basically need to convince and persuade the reader that you can pull this off. That
Yeah.
It's well conceived, and you have the necessary skills and background kind of to do it.
Right.
And it certainly is that way. But I guess what again is unique about this is that it didn't really come from the past.
No. So, yeah, that's interesting, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to them to say that based on like my past statistical experience that I've talked about, like, oh, she seems competent enough to do this, and I had some experience with that technique. And I also tried to convey that research similar to this is already being done in my lab.
Yeah, yeah.
And that my advisor has connections in these
Yeah,
areas.
yeah.
So.
I mean, so
Yeah.
so it wasn't like for readers, it's not a leap of faith. To kind of like,
No.
yeah, I read this and I say, yeah, she could pull this off,
Mhm.
right? But I guess how in your mind did you kind of lay these pieces out so that it does seem for the reader that yes, you could pull it off? I don't know if I'm being quite articulate in this.
How do I convince them?
No. So what you just said in terms of you did have the training, some kind of training and background. You did go into a lab that had done this kind of thing. There's a pretty fair establishment behind this, and you're certainly filling a gap right, with this. But I guess because this came like out of like almost your head, kind of almost fully formed.
Yeah.
How I guess what was the process that you did to put these pieces together? Because it didn't land on your computer fully formed like this.
Right.
So kind of lay out for me kind of like the process of how this came together.
Okay. Yes. So I guess just from thinking about how could I possibly apply this technique I was really passionate about to this area, I started just investigating what other people have done and how they've applied network analysis to the STEM field. And I only found like a couple things, and they were also funded by the NSF as well.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that this area of research is pretty small, so it's easy to make a contribution to it, and that was pretty much it. I wish I had more.
That's not what people want to say. It's like, this great project just drops into your lap. You do a
Yeah.
review, and there's nothing there.
Amazing.
My God. Gee.
Yeah.
I'll be the first.
Yeah.
So people don't want to hear that story. People want to hear about how you sweated and bled for this. But
Yeah. I have, just in other ways.
Just in other ways, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that this is like purely luck. I clearly worked hard and done a lot of background work to get to this, but again, just trying to get more of a sense of how this project came about and emerged.
Yeah.
Because it's not like alligator red blood cells.
Right. Yes. So, I don't know. I think it's just, I was trying to fit two things together, and that was the connection that I made, and I think, yeah, considering like the social circumstances is important.
Did you go actually help run? Did you go into that lab, or did you come here at University of Minnesota to do this? To do the STEM in science, gender and STEM?
I came in, I'm interested in the general area that my advisor was in, but I didn't have like a fully formed, like this is the one thing I want to research. And I'm still pretty open to figuring out what that is. So I didn't come here just to do this project. Yep.
Okay. So are you still working on this project?
I'm finishing up some other projects, but I should be starting on this soon, or something related. Yeah.
Okay. So the timeline of fall of 2019, I think it said, where is it? Network data for fall of 2019. So is that happening, or is that?
Not right now, no.
Not right now, okay. So you're going to probably pick it up next summer or next spring?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So looking at this, what doesn't it say, knowing what you know now?
What doesn't it say? Can you say more about that?
Like what kind of challenges, surprises, things that have emerged from this, as you've articulated, that you could not have known about when you wrote this?
About the implementation of this project, or?
Yes. The answer is yes.
I don't know. I'm doing this, or I'm finishing up that project. That post, it turned out to be more complicated than I thought it would be.
About this research. So you're talking about the research in progress paragraph. When you say it turned out to be more complicated, the measure, the assessment?
Yeah, just like anything, you always think it'll be such a simple enterprise to just validate a scale, but it's really a lot, and creating a manuscript from that, it's more difficult than I thought it would be, but yeah, I don't know if that's the sort of thing you're looking for, but.
Okay, so just to give me a brief flavor, so like technical kinds of issues, or?
What was this one?
That more complicated than you thought?
Yeah, I think it's just with the nature of, I put that into an upper level student's dissertation, and it's like, these are the women that are just forming their ideas about what they want to go into in STEM. So when they switch their preferences, like, is their data still valid? Should we be putting that in a correlation? Like, all those sorts of things. And yeah, also, like, is 6 weeks too long to have retest reliability, and all these sorts of things?
Sure. Yeah. Okay, great. Anything else that you want to add that I haven't asked about in terms of the research statement?
Let's see. I think it's another thing that I've been mulling over. It's just like the level of detail that you go into things is just so variable, because it's like I only briefly mentioned the type of analyses that we would be doing, and some people are that are writing their statements right now are going into very high levels of detail about all these sorts of things. So I think it's such a personal experience to know, like, how much detail do I need to provide to convince them that this makes sense and that I know how to do it. So.
How long did it take you to write this, the research statement?
Hold on, let me look at what day this was. 6/13 when and I.
6/13 for the rough draft.
Mhm.
And then the final draft is what, October?
Something.
October, I don't know, what is this? What does it do? I can't remember.
No, this is when I downloaded it. Oh, jeez. When
Oh, they're all the same date.
Yeah. When did I make this? Just kidding. June 13th. Just kidding. No, that's the wrong time. Previous
That's not
versions.
helpful.
Yeah. Or maybe I put it in. Hold on. It's. Oh my God. I'm sure. I tried. Or it should be. Brainstorming. So draft 1 for the personal statement was October 24th.
That's not
No, I
right.
downloaded these all at the same time too.
That's not
I'm
right.
gonna open this and see if there's any revision history. Or, gosh. Or maybe I could see when I sent it to her, actually. I don't know. So sorry to make
No, no. But you did say that the type of writer you are, you're not one who writes, if I understand you correctly, you're not one who writes a lot of rough drafts.
No, I only wrote like 3 for these. I only had like 3 versions
Three
for each
versions.
of these. Yeah.
Um,
And it's like I am a very like slow person, and I edit while I go, so it's not like I go back and make a million drafts, because they're pretty well formed by the
Yeah.
time I make them. I think other people, they have like a ton of
ton of
drafts. They
drafts,
send
yeah.
it to a million people, and it's like that's their process, and
But
it's
for-
just like.
Yeah, but so generally, as a writer, you just tend to blow things over a lot.
Right, okay, so. What is this? October? This is not helpful.
That's okay. No, it's all right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the fact that people write differently. There are some people
Right.
who write lots of things and then just start pulling other people like yourself who tend to mull things over. So just the fact that you only did 3 drafts
Yeah.
is telling.
Yeah.
From this sort of rough draft or final rough draft to the final draft is telling about your writing process. So,
Yeah. And I think that's what I struggle with too, because a bunch of us talk to a current grant writing class, and they're like, you should be bolding things, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, but it's like, I didn't bold and I got it, or I didn't send it to a million people and I still got it.
You did
I didn't
bold?
bold
Did not bold.
anything, the
Yeah,
important
I mean,
points.
you subheadings.
Yeah,
Okay, things
so
like
I think it's like whatever advice people take, I don't think anyone should say this is the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Anything else? Yeah?
You don't have. You never gave a copy. You never saw the letters, did you?
For my letters of
were-
recommendation, I think maybe the one from Paul was probably similar to what they sent from grad school, but I didn't see them.
Okay.
So,
Okay, because I'd like to have something about that.
yes.
Because you should always tell letter writers what you want them to say.
Right. I think in my emails to them, I just told them, like, NSF wants you to touch on the, like, intellectual merit and broader impacts, and then I sent them the statements, but I don't know, what exactly
What
they
they
wrote
said.
in letters.
You didn't prompt them then?
No.
Like, I would appreciate it if you could bring up the following things. Because they're
No.
highlighted.
And I just picked people who would inevitably speak to different parts of, me and because we have very different experiences.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. So you don't know what they said?
No.
And you didn't give them any guidance?
I wish I had more details for you.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Your work sounds really interesting. So, yeah, I'm just thinking about the experience of gender, and so actually, are you doing research in like as part of the active learning classrooms?
I have, no, I'm not right now, so, but that would be really interesting, because a lot of the work that they have done in this area is with active learning classrooms,
yeah.
so it's, yeah, it seems like they're effective.
Yeah, but it's also, the research is really, I mean, it's very ambiguous.
Right, and a lot of it isn't as systematic as you would like it to be. It's just like educational researchers just assessing like their couple classrooms, you know,
Yeah.
so.